Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on something super relevant, those everyday money habits that can, well, really hold you back financially.
Mhm.
We're looking at an article, 7 Habits That Keep Americans Broke. And our goal really is just to break these down so you, listening, can maybe spot them and, feel a bit more in control.
Exactly. It's about awareness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Recognizing those patterns so you have like the power to choose differently. We're just laying out what the article suggests.
Okay, let's jump in. First up, living paycheck to paycheck. What does that actually feel like for people?
Well, fundamentally, it means there's no cushion, no emergency savings. Your income comes in, and bam, it goes right back out, covering bills and expenses.
So like zero buffer.
Pretty much. It leaves you incredibly vulnerable. If, say, your car breaks down or you get an unexpected medical bill, well, you're in a really tight spot. There's just no wiggle room.
Yeah, that sounds stressful. It's kind of precarious, isn't it? Makes you think. How many people are right on that edge? Does that sound familiar to you listening? Okay, let's move to habit number 2. Impulse spending.
Ah, yes, the quick buys. We're talking about, that easy one-click purchase online, or maybe ordering takeout again instead of cooking, or even that daily expensive coffee run.
Those little things, right? They seem so small.
Exactly. Individually, maybe they are small, but the article highlights the cumulative effect. Add them up over a month or year. It can be a huge chunk of money. Have you ever actually tracked where all those little daily spends go? It can be eye-opening.
Definitely something to think about. Okay, what about habit 3? Avoiding a budget. People seem to have strong feelings about budgeting.
They really do. There's this common idea that budgeting is like restrictive, a financial straitjacket.
Yeah, like it's going to stop you from having any fun.
Right. But the perspective here is different. It's not about restriction. It's about clarity, understanding where your money actually goes. It empowers you to make conscious choices.
So more like a guide.
Exactly. Think of it as a roadmap for your money. It helps you direct your funds towards what you genuinely value, towards your goals, instead of just letting it, disappear.
A financial roadmap.
Yeah.
I like that framing for you listening. Okay, next. Carrying credit card debt. Woof. This one feels significant.
It really is. The core problem here is interest. You're paying extra money, often a lot of extra money, just for the privilege of having bought something in the past.
Yeah, it's like paying for things twice almost.
Or more. It actively works against you building wealth because that interest is money that could be saved or invested. It really hinders progress. So the goal for you should really be to tackle that debt, pay it off consistently.
Makes sense. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket, right? Okay, shifting gears slightly. Habit 5, not investing early. This sounds important, but maybe daunting if you feel like you don't have much spare cash.
Totally understandable hesitation. But the key thing the article stresses is the power of time. It's about compounding.
Right, the snowball effect.
Exactly that. Even really small amounts invested early on have decades to potentially grow and earn returns on the returns. Waiting until you earn more means you miss out on that crucial growth period. It's less about the amount initially and more about getting started sooner rather than later.
So time is kind of the secret ingredient there.
It really is a massive factor.
Okay, habit 6, lifestyle inflation. What exactly is this? Sounds a bit sneaky.
It can be. Lifestyle inflation is basically when your spending rises right along with your income. You get a raise, so you get a bigger apartment or a fancier car, or you start eating out more, buying more clothes.
So the extra money just gets absorbed.
Pretty much. Your standard of living goes up, which feels nice, of course. But if all the extra income goes towards increased spending, you're not actually getting ahead financially. You're not building wealth any faster. So ask yourself, are your expenses growing just as fast as your paycheck?
A really good question for reflection. Okay, last one, habit 7, ignoring financial education. Why is simply not knowing stuff a habit that keeps you broke?
Well, it's about vulnerability, really. If you don't understand basic financial concepts like how interest works or the basics of investing or even just budgeting principles, you're potentially more likely to make costly mistakes.
Or maybe get taken advantage of.
That too. Not understanding things like fees or loan terms or investment risks can leave you open to bad deals or poor advice. Taking even a little time to learn the basics puts you in the driver's seat. It's empowering.
Control through knowledge. Makes sense. So, to recap quickly, living paycheck to paycheck, impulse spending, avoiding budgets, carrying credit card debt, delaying investing, lifestyle inflation, and skipping financial education. Those are the 7 from the article.
Yeah, quite a list. And the idea isn't to feel bad, but for you listening to maybe see which, if any, ring true for your own life. Recognition is definitely that first crucial step.
Absolutely. So now that we have unpacked these potential wealth draining habits from the source, here's a thought for you. What's maybe one small, concrete action you could take, like starting today, to nudge your financial path in a better direction? Thinking about these 7 habits, what's one assumption you might have had about your money that this conversation maybe challenged? That's definitely something to chew on.